The air is thick, heavy with the scent of damp earth and blooming, alien flowers. Giant ferns, taller than any tree you know, form a dense understory, their fronds dripping with the humidity of a world-sized greenhouse. You feel the soft, muddy ground give way slightly under your feet. Above, the sky is a hazy, volcanic orange, filtered through the canopy of towering Araucaria pines. Something is moving through the trees. Something big. Ever wonder what it truly felt like to stand in the shadow of a living giant? To hear a sound that hasn't echoed on this planet for 70 million years? We'd love to know where you're watching from today and which incredible prehistoric creature has captured your imagination. Let us know in the comments below. Now, let's journey back in time and uncover the story of a lost world. You are standing on a floodplain in late Cretaceous South America, a land that will one day be called Patagonia. The year is approximately 70 million BCE. This is a kingdom of titans, a continent isolated by ancient seaways, where evolution has taken a uniquely dramatic turn. You listen. The hum of oversized insects is constant, a deep, resonant buzz that forms the baseline of this primeval soundscape. A distant rumble isn't thunder. It's the footfalls of long-necked sauropods, their colossal forms grazing peacefully by a winding river. But your attention is drawn to something closer. A rustle in the ferns becomes a heavy tread, and a creature unlike anything you could have imagined steps into a clearing. It stands nearly 10 feet tall at the hips and stretches 30 feet long from its snout to the tip of its tail. Its head is short, deep, and utterly bizarre. Perched directly above its eyes are two sharp, conical horns, pointing outwards and upwards like those of a demonic bull. You can see why. When its fossils were finally unearthed in the 20th century, paleontologists gave it a name that perfectly captured this first, terrifying impression. Carnotaurus, the meat-eating bull. Its skin is just as remarkable. This isn't the smooth, leathery hide or feathered coat you might picture on a dinosaur. We know this with startling certainty because this animal left behind more than just bones. It left impressions of its skin, fossilized for eternity. You see a mosaic of small, non-overlapping scales, like pebbles, punctuated along its back and sides by larger, conical bumps called osteoderms. This bony armor would have given it a rugged, almost crocodile-like texture, shimmering under the Cretaceous sunday. It lowers its strange, horned head to drink from a pool of stagnant water, and for a moment, you see the powerful muscles ripple in its neck and jaw. This creature was built for one thing: predation. But as it turns, revealing its full profile, you see something that defies all logic, a feature so comically, so bafflingly small, that it seems like a prank played by evolution. Your eyes fix on its forelimbs, and you almost have to smile in disbelief. The arms of Tyrannosaurus rex are famous for being small, but these are on another level entirely. Tucked tightly against its massive torso, the arms of Carnotaurus are little more than appendages. They are shockingly short, with a stubby forearm and a hand that seems frozen in place. You can just make out 4 tiny, splint-like fingers, but they have no claws and appear fused together, incapable of grasping, slashing, or even reaching its own mouth. It's an evolutionary enigma. While T-Rex's arms were still muscular and tipped with claws, these seem to have no function at all. They are true vestigial limbs, the last remnants of arms that its ancestors had long since abandoned. It's a humbling reminder that evolution doesn't always add. Sometimes it takes away, streamlining a creature for a single, focused purpose. And that purpose becomes clear when you look down. Its legs are the complete opposite of its arms. Long, powerful, and built for speed. The thigh bone, the femur, is thick and robust to anchor enormous muscles. But from the knee down, the bones are long and slender, a classic adaptation for a fast runner. Think of an ostrich or a cheetah. Their power comes from the top of the leg, while the lower leg is lightened for a rapid stride. This was no lumbering giant. This was a Cretaceous sprinter, an ambush predator built to close distances with shocking acceleration. The real engine for this speed, however, wasn't just in the legs. It was in its tail. You watch as it shifts its weight, the tail swishing like a thick, muscular rudder. Studies of its fossilized vertebrae reveal massive projections where the caudofemoralis muscle would have attached. This was the colossal muscle connecting the tail to the thigh, and in Carnotaurus, it was one of the largest of any known theropod. It acted like a powerful piston, retracting the leg with incredible force with every step. This animal was essentially two massive legs, powered by a tail, with a pair of horns and a devastating bite at the front. Its skull, you notice, is as specialized as the rest of its body. While broad from the top, it's remarkably short and deep from the side. Large openings in the bone, called fenestrae, reduced its weight without sacrificing strength, turning it into a lightweight weapon. Its eyes are positioned forward on its head, not to the sides. This gives it overlapping fields of vision, granting it excellent binocular vision and the depth perception crucial for any predator needing to judge the distance to moving prey. It scans the tree line, its head perfectly still, a picture of lethal focus. This bizarre collection of parts, devil horns, useless arms, runner's legs, and a powerful tail, was one of the most highly specialized predators to ever walk the earth. Suddenly, that lethal focus finds a target. Across the clearing, a herd of small ornithopods is foraging among the ferns, their guard down in the midday heat. The Carnotaurus lowers its body, its multi-hued, bumpy hide, providing surprisingly effective camouflage against the dappled light and shadow of the forest edge. You watch, holding your breath, as it selects its quarry, a young adult that has wandered a few crucial feet away from the safety of the group. For a long moment, it is perfectly still, a 30-foot statue of coiled muscle. Then, it erupts into motion. The acceleration is breathtaking. All that specialized anatomy you just observed is put into devastating practice. The ground trembles as its massive leg muscles, supercharged by that immense tail engine, propel it forward. It isn't a lumbering charge. It's an explosive sprint, covering dozens of feet in mere seconds. Scientists estimate it could have reached speeds of over 30 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest large predators of all time. The unfortunate ornithopod barely has time to register the danger before the meat-eating bull is upon it. There is no complex grappling or wrestling. Its tiny arms make that impossible. Instead, it relies on a technique that is both simpler and brutally effective. As it closes the final gap, it opens its mouth wide. You see teeth that are long and blade-like, but relatively thin. Not the bone-crunching railroad spikes of a T-Rex. Its bite force, while strong, wasn't designed to shatter a femur. Its entire skull and neck were built for a different kind of attack. Instead of biting down and holding on, the Carnotaurus drives its head forward and down, using its powerful neck to deliver a rapid, slashing bite like a prehistoric hatchet. The blow lands on the prey's flank, leaving a deep, catastrophic wound. The ornithopod stumbles, and the chase is over almost as soon as it began. Carnotaurus circles its wounded victim, waiting for shock and blood loss to do their work. This was its ecological niche. It wasn't a hunter of armored ankylosaurs or colossal sauropods. It was a specialist, perfectly evolved to run down and dispatch the medium-sized, fleet-footed herbivores of the Patagonian plains. Looking at its jaw, you also notice a distinct joint in the lower mandible. This would have allowed its gape to widen, suggesting that for smaller prey, lizards, mammals, or even baby dinosaurs, it may not have bothered with slashing at all. It could have simply swallowed them whole. It was a versatile and terrifyingly efficient killing machine, a product of a unique evolutionary race on an isolated continent. As the predator begins to feed, your attention is drawn back to the most defining feature on its brutal-looking head. Those two horns. They are too blunt and stout for goring prey. So what was their purpose? This question has sparked a fascinating debate among paleontologists for decades. You imagine another Carnotaurus emerging from the trees. Is it a rival? A mate? The answer could reveal the horn's true function. One possibility is that they were used in combat, but perhaps not in the way you'd think. The skull of Carnotaurus could withstand immense force from top to bottom, but it might have been weaker against lateral or side-to-side impacts. A full-on ramming battle could have been risky. Instead, perhaps they engaged in shoving matches, bull to bull, pressing their broad, horn-crested heads against each other in a test of strength. Much like modern giraffes swing their necks, this could have been a way for males to establish dominance without causing lethal injury. The bony armor along its back would have provided extra protection during these intense intra-species clashes. However, it's perhaps more likely that the horns were primarily for show. In the animal kingdom, features that look like weapons are often just elaborate billboards. Think of the vibrant crest of a cassowary or the complex antlers of a stag. These are tools for communication, used to signal health, maturity, and genetic fitness to potential mates. Imagine if these horns were sheathed in keratin, making them larger, brighter, or more ornately colored than the fossilized bone suggests. They could have been the centerpiece of a courtship display, a visual cue that was instantly recognizable to other Carnotaurus across a vast, open floodplain. This naturally leads to the question of its social life. Did this individual hunt alone? Or was it part of a pair, or even a small pack? The fossil evidence is limited, offering no definitive clues, but its high-performance body offers a hint about its inner workings. To power such a muscular frame and fuel those explosive sprints, Carnotaurus would have required a powerful, high-energy metabolism. This was no sluggish, cold-blooded creature waiting for the sun to warm it. It was a dynamic, warm-blooded animal with an engine that was always running hot, much like a modern bird or mammal. Such a lifestyle demands a constant supply of calories, which could favor a solitary existence to avoid sharing a kill. Yet, for now, the meat-eating bull is alone, a solitary monarch in its Cretaceous kingdom, its true social dynamics lost to the immense gulf of time. The image of the living, breathing Carnotaurus begins to fade, like a memory dissolving into the mists of time. Millennia pile up, turning into millions of years. The lush floodplains dry out, mountains rise, and the world you were just in is buried under tons of rock, its secrets locked away. For 70 million years, the meat-eating bull lies entombed, a perfect fossil waiting for a second life. That moment finally came in 1984. You are now on a sun-scorched hillside in Patagonia, standing alongside an expedition led by the famed Argentine paleontologist José Bonaparte. His team uncovers not just a fragment or a jaw, but something astonishing. A single, almost entirely complete skeleton, laid out on its right side, exactly as it had fallen in the Cretaceous mud. This discovery was a paleontological jackpot. Finding such a complete theropod is incredibly rare, but Carnotaurus had an even bigger surprise in store. As the team carefully brushed away the surrounding rock, they found large patches of fossilized skin impressions. For the first time, science had a detailed blueprint of a large carnivorous dinosaur's hide. This was revolutionary. Gone were the days of pure speculation. Here was physical proof of its pebbly, non-overlapping scales and the rows of feature studs, the osteoderms, that gave it that unique, armored appearance. It single-handedly changed how we illustrate these animals and deepened our understanding of their biology. The skeleton, given the name Carnotaurus sastrei, became a scientific icon. It was so unique that it helped define an entire family of southern predators, the Abelisauridae. While tyrannosaurs were dominating North America and Asia, these Abelisaurs, with their short skulls, vestigial arms, and often ornamented heads, were the apex predators of the southern supercontinent, Gondwana. Carnotaurus was our first truly clear look into this lost world of southern dinosaurs, revealing a completely different evolutionary path forged in isolation. Its bizarre and unforgettable appearance, the horns that give it a mythological quality, the comically tiny arms, the powerful build, has cemented its place in our collective imagination. It has charged onto our screens in films and documentaries, often portrayed as a relentless and terrifying villain. It stalks players in video games and inspires awe as a museum centerpiece. The meat-eating bull has been reborn, its legacy shifting from a living predator to a timeless symbol of just how wonderfully strange and diverse life on our planet can be. The single, perfect fossil found on that Patagonian hill ensures its story will never again be forgotten. The journey back across 70 million years is a quiet one, leaving echoes of a world both profoundly alien and strangely familiar. The bones of the Carnotaurus now rest behind museum glass, a silent testament to a life of speed, power, and unique adaptation. It serves as a stunning reminder that the story of our planet is written in stone, with entire chapters still waiting to be unearthed by a curious hand and a careful brush. Every fossil is a promise of another lost world to explore, another giant from the past to meet. The primal landscapes of the Cretaceous are gone, but the sense of wonder they inspire remains, a permanent echo in the heart of our modern world, inviting us to keep looking down, to keep digging, and to keep imagining the incredible creatures that once walked where we stand today.